All right, we are here again, and I'm gonna show you how to use a saw, a handsaw. This is an old saw, I know, but I've had this for some time now, and it still cuts. So I wanted to show you how to use it and how to start one. Now, this is a little bit newer version. Some of the old ones, if you remember, are a little bit longer. But this one, as a remodeler, I carried in my truck because sometimes I needed to just cut something really quick, and I didn't want to have to store that big, long saw. Although you can probably get a longer, quicker cut, or not quicker, but a longer stroke, and have it cutting, and you can get through quite a thick material with one of those. But this one I bought a long time ago, and it's been pretty handy, and it stores in a toolbox pretty easily. So I just wanted to show you how to cut, because you're gonna go, not now, but in the future, you're gonna need to get your own house done and stuff, and you might need to get some trim. This is just a piece of trim that I got left over from my house, and that I use around the living room and stuff like that. But when you go to Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever, you get your you're gonna get your trim, and just if you guys if you needed to get a piece of trim. For those of you who don't know how to use a saw, it's really easy, and you do know that you could just go back and forth, but the cutting and the way the teeth are, the cut happens when you push it and pull it. When you pull it, it kind of cleans the teeth out of all that sawdust, and then you cut on your push, and it cleans when you pull. When you want to start your cut, you make your mark. Okay, you got your line. Now, you will want to, if you're starting, it depends on what side of the line. If you cut on this side of the line, you're going to be just a little bit short. You're probably going to be, maybe a 16th short, which is fine, because it might fit like perfect. So, but what you do is how you start it. You don't want to start cutting this way. You want to back it and make a little notch. You see that little notch? So you create a good notch. So you're not going like this, or you can't start it. And so this kind of just gets you started by pulling back. Okay, pulling back, and then start. And then just follow your line. Just start cutting across, and then you can start. This camera's in my way, so let's move it over, and I can show you with that not in my way. All right, so I'm starting. Usually you'll have like a fence or something, but this is just a really quick video. Okay, so I got a clamp. This is gonna keep it from moving back and forth. There you go. So I hope this helps about learning about how to use a handsaw. This is just a kind of an old school handsaw. And then there's different kinds. Here's a little small one. This is one that I've used for smaller trim pieces, or trim. If you can look at those, they're more of a fine cut, and it won't leave so much splinters on the back like this one did. Left a lot of splinters. This one has more of a fine tooth on the blade, on the saw blade, and it should cut fairly better than leaving these splinters, because then you'll have to kind of cut them off, you know, just break them off, and you got kind of like a rough edge. This other little saw I've also kept in my toolbox at a lot finer teeth, so it'll cut a lot finer and won't leave so much of those splinters or the cut end. Let's see what that looks like. Seeing if I'm right. Okay. Again, let's say you want to use your line. Okay. There's your line. You're at Lowe's or Home Depot. See the same thing. I kind of came back, cleaned it out, and followed my line. Cut it off. There we go. And if you look, there is actually no splinters except for here on the end where it kind of just broke off. But there's like no splinters, like I was saying. Probably be a lot better for you to use something like that with more finer teeth. Now, something with bigger teeth is going to leave a rough cut, and that's what that's called, is a rough cut. You just want to cut it real quick. Just cut it at Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. Get it home and then use more finer tooth saw blade like this little one. Or there's also, you know, there's rough cut circular saw blades. There's fine cut. So there's more teeth. The more teeth, the finer the cut. All right. So have a good one. Talk to you later.